Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to study one of the most amazing organs of the human body, the heart. Before we start, do a small activity with me. Everyone, place your right hand on the left side of your chest. Now stay completely silent for a few seconds. Can you feel something? Yes, you can feel a lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub sound or vibration. That is your heartbeat. Now think about something. While you were sleeping last night, did your heart stop working? No. While you were eating breakfast today, did your heart stop? No. Even while you are sitting in this classroom, your heart is continuously working. It never asks for a holiday. It never gets weekends off. It keeps working every second from before your birth until the last moment of your life. Isn't that amazing? Today we will understand how this small organ performs such a huge responsibility. Let's imagine something. Suppose there is a big city. Every house in that city needs water. Can water reach every house without a water pump? No. A pump pushes water through pipes so that every house receives it. Our body works in exactly the same way. Instead of water, our body needs blood. Instead of pipes, we have blood vessels. And instead of a water pump, we have the heart. So we can say, the heart is the natural pump of our body. Without this pump, blood cannot reach different organs. Now a question for everyone. Why can't the heart simply stop pumping? Think for a moment. Every cell in our body needs oxygen. Where does oxygen come from? Yes, from the lungs. But how does oxygen reach your brain? How does oxygen reach your muscles? How does oxygen reach your skin? It cannot travel on its own. Blood carries oxygen to every part of the body. Blood also carries nutrients from the food we eat. So blood works like a delivery service. It delivers oxygen and nutrients to every cell. At the same time, blood also collects waste products like carbon dioxide and carries them away. So the heart keeps blood moving all the time. If I stop delivering food to your house for 1 month, what will happen? We won't have food. Similarly, if blood stops reaching body cells, the cells begin to die. This is why the heart is one of the most important organs in the human body. Now let's define the heart. The heart is a hollow, muscular organ. Let's understand these words one by one. First, hollow means it is not completely solid. It has spaces inside it called chambers. Second, muscular means it is made mainly of strong cardiac muscles. These muscles contract and relax continuously. Whenever these muscles contract, blood is pushed out. Whenever they relax, the heart fills with blood again. This process continues throughout life. Can the heart get tired? This is a very interesting question. Have you ever become tired after running? Yes. Our leg muscles become tired because they need rest. But does the heart stop every few minutes to take rest? No. The heart has a special type of muscle called cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is designed to work continuously without getting tired under normal conditions. That is why your heart keeps beating every day. Many people think the heart is completely on the left side. That is not correct. The heart is actually present in the center of the chest, between the two lungs. However, it is slightly tilted towards the left. That is why we usually feel our heartbeat more clearly on the left side. The ribs and breastbone protect the heart from injury. Now tell me, do you think your heart is as big as a football? No. It is about the size of your closed fist. Everyone, make a fist with your hand. Your heart is approximately this size. Although it is small, it performs an enormous amount of work every day. Amazing facts. Let's learn some interesting facts. An average adult heart beats around 60 to 100 times per minute when resting. In one day, it beats approximately 100,000 times. Every minute it pumps about 5 liters of blood through the body. Imagine doing the same work without stopping for even 1 minute. That is why we should always take care of our heart. In today's class, we learned what the heart is, why it is important, where it is located, and some interesting facts about it.
Before starting today's class, let's quickly revise. What is the heart? A hollow muscular organ. Now, another question. What is the main function of the heart? To pump blood throughout the body. Where is the heart located? Between the lungs, slightly towards the left side. Now today we are going to look inside the heart. Suppose I give you a very expensive mobile phone. Will you throw it on the floor? No. You will buy a cover. Why? Because important things need protection. Our heart is much more valuable than a mobile phone. Nature has also given our heart its own protective cover. This protective covering is called the pericardium. The word peri means around. Cardium means heart. So pericardium means a covering around the heart. But this covering is not just one layer. It has two layers. Between these layers, there is a small amount of fluid called pericardial fluid. Now, think about your bicycle chain. If there is no oil, what happens? It becomes difficult to move. Similarly, if there were no pericardial fluid, the heart would rub against surrounding tissues every time it beats. This fluid reduces friction. It allows the heart to beat smoothly. If someone falls during sports, which organ should be protected the most? The heart. That is why nature has provided ribs, sternum, and pericardium. Now let's remove this covering. Can we directly see blood? No, because the heart itself has 3 layers. Imagine a sandwich. It has 3 layers. Similarly, the heart wall also has 3 layers. Layer 1, epicardium. The outermost layer is called the epicardium. Epi means outside. It is a thin protective layer. It protects the heart. Layer 2, myocardium. Now comes the most important layer, myocardium. Myo means muscle. This is the thick muscular layer of the heart. This layer contracts. This layer relaxes. This layer pumps blood. Without myocardium, the heart cannot pump blood. Which muscle in our body works continuously throughout life? Cardiac muscle. Myocardium is mainly made of cardiac muscle. Layer 3, endocardium. The innermost layer is called endocardium. It forms a smooth lining inside the heart. Because it is smooth, blood flows easily without much resistance. Now let's enter inside the heart. Many students think the heart is one big room. No, the heart is divided into 4 chambers. Imagine a house. A house has different rooms. Similarly, the heart has 4 chambers. Atria. The upper 2 chambers are called atria. Their job is simple. They receive blood. Ventricles. The lower chambers are called ventricles. Their job is pump blood. Always remember. A for atrium, A for accept blood, for ventricle, V for vehicle takes things away. Similarly, ventricle sends blood away. Now look carefully. Do you think all chambers have equal muscle thickness? No. The left ventricle has the thickest muscular wall. Why? Because it pumps blood to the entire body. It has to work harder than all other chambers. Imagine lifting 1 school bag. Easy. Now imagine lifting 5 school bags together. Harder. Similarly, left ventricle performs more work, so its muscles are thicker. Can blood from the right side and left side mix together? No. Between them there is a wall. This wall is called the septum. It separates oxygen-rich blood from oxygen-poor blood. Now another question. Suppose a classroom has 2 doors. Students enter through one door. Then suddenly everyone starts coming back. What happens? Confusion. Similarly, blood should always move only forward. It should never flow backward. Nature solved this problem by making valves. Valves are like one-way doors. There are 4 important valves. They open only in one direction. Valve, they prevent backflow of blood. Pulmonary valve, aortic valve. Do not worry about memorizing them today. First, understand their function. Take a notebook. Open it like a door. This notebook behaves like a valve. It opens in one direction. When I close it, nothing comes back. In our next lecture, we will become a drop of blood and travel through the entire heart. We will see exactly where blood enters, where it goes, how it reaches the lungs, how it comes back, and how it reaches every organ in our body. That journey will help you understand blood circulation forever. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do something very interesting. Instead of studying blood circulation from a diagram, today we will become a tiny drop of blood. Imagine you are one small drop of blood traveling inside the human body. Are you ready? Let's begin our journey. First, imagine you have supplied oxygen to the brain, hands, legs, and every organ. Now your oxygen is almost finished. Instead, you're carrying carbon dioxide. This blood is called deoxygenated blood. Where should this blood go now? Should it stay in the body? No. It has to go to the lungs to collect fresh oxygen. So first it travels through two very large veins. The superior vena cava brings blood from the upper part of the body. The inferior vena cava brings blood from the lower part of the body. Both veins open into the right atrium. Is the blood entering the right atrium rich in oxygen? No. It is deoxygenated blood. Excellent. The right atrium cannot pump blood to the lungs. Its job is only to receive blood. Now the blood moves through the tricuspid valve. Why is this valve important? Because it prevents blood from flowing backward. Now the blood reaches the right ventricle. Now the blood is ready to leave the heart. The right ventricle contracts strongly. Blood passes through the pulmonary valve, then enters the pulmonary artery. Remember this carefully. Most arteries carry oxygen-rich blood, but the pulmonary artery is different. It carries deoxygenated blood. This is one of the most important exam questions. Finally, our blood reaches the lungs. Now something amazing happens. Carbon dioxide leaves the blood. Fresh oxygen enters the blood. Now our blood becomes oxygenated. The lungs recharge our blood with oxygen. Now oxygen-rich blood has to return to the heart. It travels through the pulmonary veins. Again, remember another important fact. Most veins carry deoxygenated blood, but pulmonary veins are different. They carry oxygenated blood. The pulmonary veins open into the left atrium. Again, the atrium receives blood. It does not pump blood to the whole body. Blood now passes through another valve, the mitral valve or bicuspid valve. This valve also prevents backflow. Now blood reaches the strongest chamber of the heart, the left ventricle. Now comes the final step. The left ventricle contracts with great force. Blood passes through the aortic valve, then enters the aorta. The aorta is the largest artery of the human body. From here, blood is distributed to every organ. Every cell receives oxygen. Have you noticed something? Blood passes through the heart 2 times in one complete cycle. First, heart to lungs to heart. This is called pulmonary circulation. Second, heart to body to heart. This is called systemic circulation. Together, these two form double circulation. Why is double circulation important? It keeps oxygen-rich blood separate from oxygen-poor blood. It supplies more oxygen to body cells. This helps humans remain active and maintain a constant body temperature. Today we traveled with 1 drop of blood through the entire heart and body. Now blood circulation should no longer feel difficult. It is simply a continuous journey that keeps every cell alive. We learned how 1 drop of blood travels through the heart. But today, I want to ask you a very interesting question. Have you ever thought, who tells the heart to beat? Does the brain send a message every second? If the brain controls every heartbeat, then why does the heart continue beating for some time, even during certain medical procedures? Today, we will answer all these questions. Imagine you are studying. Suddenly you start running. What happens? Your heartbeat becomes faster. Later, when you sit down and relax, your heartbeat becomes slow again. Who controls all this? Let's understand. Many students think that the heart beats because someone presses a switch. No. The heart produces its own electrical signals. It has a natural pacemaker. This special group of cells is called the sinoatrial node, or SA node. The SA node starts an electrical impulse. This impulse spreads through the heart muscles. As soon as the muscles receive the signal, they contract. When they contract, blood is pumped. Then the muscles relax. Again, the SA node sends another signal. This process continues throughout life. Think of an orchestra. Before all the musicians start playing, one conductor gives the signal. Everyone follows that signal. Similarly, the SA node acts as the conductor of the heart. After the SA node, the electrical signal reaches another group of cells. This is called the atrioventricular node, or AV node. The AV node acts like a traffic signal. It slows the electrical impulse for a very short time. Why? Because first the atria should finish pushing blood into the ventricles. Only after that should the ventricles contract. This small delay makes the heart work efficiently. After leaving the AV node, the impulse enters the bundle of His. This bundle carries electricity towards both ventricles. Finally, the impulse reaches the Purkinje fibers. These fibers spread throughout the ventricular muscles. Now both ventricles contract together. Blood is pumped out of the heart. Now let's understand something very important. Every heartbeat has two main phases. Imagine filling a balloon with water. First, you fill the balloon. Then, you squeeze it. Again, you fill it. Again, you squeeze it. The heart works exactly like this. The relaxation phase is called diastole. During diastole, the heart muscles relax. The chambers fill with blood. Think of it as filling a water tank. The contraction phase is called systole. During systole, the heart muscles contract. Blood is pumped out to the lungs and the rest of the body. Have you ever heard someone say, "Loob dub, loob dub"? These are the sounds of the heart. But where do these sounds come from? Many students think the muscles produce these sounds. Actually, the sounds are mainly produced by the closing of the heart valves. The first sound, loob, is heard when the tricuspid and mitral valves close. The second sound, dub, is heard when the pulmonary and aortic valves close. Students, please place 2 fingers on the wrist. Can you feel a rhythmic beating? That is your pulse. The pulse is produced because each heartbeat pushes blood through the arteries. Pulse is the rhythmic expansion of arteries caused by the pumping action of the heart. Normal pulse rate in adults is about 60 to 100 beats per minute at rest. Children generally have a faster pulse than adults. Now let's learn another important term. Blood pressure. Imagine watering a garden with a hose. If the water comes out with more force, the pressure is high. Similarly, blood exerts pressure on the walls of arteries as it flows. This is called blood pressure. Blood pressure is written as 2 numbers. Example: 120 over 80 millimeters of mercury. 120, the upper number, is called systolic pressure. It is measured when the ventricles contract. The lower number, 80, is called diastolic pressure. It is measured when the heart relaxes. Blood pressure can change because of exercise, stress, fear, age, diet, obesity, smoking, lack of physical activity. How can we keep our heart healthy? Exercise every day. Eat fruits and vegetables. Reduce junk food, drink enough water, sleep properly, avoid smoking and tobacco, manage stress. These simple habits protect your heart. Now we understand that the heart is not just a pump. It also has its own electrical system that controls every heartbeat. Every beat, every pulse, and every drop of blood follows a well-organized process.
Till now we have learned about the structure of the heart, blood circulation, heartbeat, cardiac cycle, pulse and blood pressure. Today we are going to study something very important. What happens when the heart becomes unhealthy? Can the heart become sick? Can it stop working? What is a heart attack? Is heart attack the same as cardiac arrest? Let's understand everything step by step. Why does the heart need its own blood supply? First, I want to ask you a question. The heart pumps blood to the whole body. But who supplies blood to the heart itself? Think carefully. Can the heart survive without oxygen? No. The heart also needs oxygen and nutrients. These are supplied by special arteries called coronary arteries. These arteries supply oxygen-rich blood to the heart muscles. Now imagine a water pipe. If dirt accumulates inside the pipe, what happens? The opening becomes narrow. Less water flows. The same thing can happen inside coronary arteries. Fat, cholesterol and other substances can accumulate inside the artery wall. This forms a plaque. As plaque increases, blood flow decreases. This condition is called coronary artery disease, CAD. What habits can damage our heart? Smoking, obesity, lack of exercise, high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, stress, unhealthy diet, family history. These are called risk factors. This is one of the most commonly misunderstood topics. A heart attack happens when one of the coronary arteries becomes blocked. Because of the blockage, oxygen cannot reach a part of the heart muscle. Without oxygen, heart muscle cells begin to die. This is called a heart attack or myocardial infarction. What symptoms have you heard about? Chest pain or pressure. Pain spreading to left arm, shoulder, jaw or back. Difficulty breathing. Sweating. Nausea. Weakness. Dizziness. Some people, especially women, older adults and people with diabetes, may have unusual symptoms. Never ignore severe or persistent chest pain. Seek emergency medical help immediately. If someone has severe chest pain, that may be a heart attack. Call emergency medical services immediately. Help the person sit comfortably and stay calm. Loosen tight clothing. Do not let the person walk around unnecessarily. If the person becomes unresponsive and is not breathing normally, trained rescuers should begin CPR while someone calls for emergency help. Remember, quick medical treatment saves lives. Many people think heart attack and cardiac arrest are the same. No, they are different. Heart attack. Problem in blood supply. Heart muscle is damaged. Cardiac arrest. Heart suddenly stops pumping effectively due to an electrical problem. The person becomes unconscious and stops breathing normally. Immediate CPR and defibrillation can be life-saving. Doctors need to know whether the heart is beating normally. For this, they use a machine called an electrocardiograph. The graph produced is called an ECG dot. An ECG records the electrical activity of the heart. Doctors use it to detect many heart rhythm problems and to help evaluate suspected heart attacks. Suppose a water pipe is blocked. How will you find the blockage? Similarly, doctors need to know where a coronary artery is narrowed or blocked. For this, they perform coronary angiography. A special dye is injected into the coronary arteries. Using X-rays, doctors can see blood flow and identify blockages. What if a blockage is found? One treatment is angioplasty. A thin tube with a tiny balloon is passed into the blocked artery. The balloon is inflated to widen the artery. Often, a small metal mesh tube called a stent is placed to help keep the artery open. Sometimes the blockage is too severe for angioplasty. Then doctors may perform coronary artery bypass surgery. In this surgery, a healthy blood vessel from another part of the body is used to create a new route around the blocked artery. Blood reaches the heart muscle through this new pathway. Does heart failure mean the heart has completely stopped? No. Heart failure means the heart cannot pump blood as effectively as the body needs. People may experience shortness of breath, swelling of legs, fatigue, reduced ability to exercise. What should we do every day to protect our heart? Healthy food, exercise, proper sleep, drink water, control stress, avoid smoking, regular health checkup, maintain healthy weight. The human heart beats nearly 100,000 times every day. It pumps thousands of liters of blood daily. Blood vessels in the human body stretch for about 100,000 kilometers. The heart starts beating before birth and continues throughout life. Today you have learned much more than just biology. You have learned how one of the most important organs in the human body works, what can go wrong, and how doctors help patients. Always remember, a healthy heart means a healthy life. Take care of your heart, because it works for you every second without asking for anything in return. Till now we have learned about the structure of the heart, blood circulation, heartbeat, valves, ECG and heart diseases. But today I want to ask you another interesting question. Have you ever wondered, how much blood does the heart pump in 1 minute? In 1 hour? Or even in one whole day? Let's find out. How powerful is the heart? Look at your fist. Your heart is almost this size. Now imagine this small organ pumping blood every second without stopping. It is one of the strongest and hardest working organs in the human body. What is cardiac output? Cardiac output means the amount of blood pumped by one ventricle in 1 minute. The formula is very simple. Cardiac output is equal to stroke volume times heart rate. Now let's understand these two terms. Stroke volume is the amount of blood pumped by one ventricle in one heartbeat. In a healthy adult, it is approximately 70 ml. That means every time your heart beats, about 70 ml of blood leaves the left ventricle. Heart rate means the number of heartbeats in 1 minute. A healthy adult at rest usually has a heart rate of about 60 to 100 beats per minute. Suppose stroke volume is equal to 70 ml. Heart rate is equal to 72 beats minute. Cardiac output is equal to 70 times 72 is equal to about 5 liters per minute. That means every minute your heart pumps nearly 5 liters of blood. The heart cannot work alone. It needs roads to transport blood. These roads are called blood vessels. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Most arteries carry oxygen-rich blood. They have thick, elastic walls because blood leaves the heart under high pressure. Example: aorta. Veins carry blood towards the heart. Most veins carry oxygen-poor blood. Their walls are thinner than arteries. Many veins contain valves that help prevent backflow. Example: vena cava. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessels. Their walls are only 1 cell thick. This thin wall allows oxygen, nutrients and waste products to move between the blood and body cells. Imagine a delivery person reaching the front door of every house. Capillaries are like those tiny streets that reach every home. Now think carefully. The heart pumps blood to the whole body. But who supplies oxygen to the heart itself? The answer is the coronary arteries. These arteries branch from the aorta and supply oxygen-rich blood to the heart muscle. If these arteries become blocked, the heart muscle is damaged. Have you noticed that doctors always recommend exercise? Why? Regular exercise strengthens the heart muscle. A stronger heart pumps blood more efficiently. It also helps control blood pressure and improves overall health. Remember, exercise should be appropriate for a person's age and health condition. When you run, your muscles need more oxygen. The brain sends signals through the nervous system. Your heart beats faster. It pumps more blood. More oxygen reaches the muscles. After resting, your heart rate gradually returns to normal. Let's learn some amazing facts. The heart starts beating before birth. It beats around 100,000 times every day. It pumps about 5 liters of blood every minute at rest. The left ventricle has the thickest wall. The aorta is the largest artery in the body. The human circulatory system contains thousands of kilometers of blood vessels. Place 2 fingers on your wrist. Count your pulse for 15 seconds. Multiply by 4. Now stand up and march in place for 1 minute. Count again. Did your pulse increase? Yes. This shows your heart is responding to your body's increased oxygen demand. Now you know not only the structure of the heart but also how efficiently it keeps every cell of your body alive. Thank you, everyone.